What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Packer Perspective. It is bounce back week. The Packers suffered their first loss of the season last week to the Cleveland Browns, and now they head down to Dallas to face the 1-2 Cowboys. This should be a fun matchup and one that's set up for this offense to take a big step forward. But before we dive into the matchup breakdown, I'd appreciate a like, and if you're a fellow Packer fan, consider subscribing to the channel as well. I'm going to be here all season long breaking down everything Green Bay. So let's get into it. All right, guys, let's start with this Packers offense going up against this Cowboys defense. So Green Bay comes in with the 7th ranked passing offense DVOA. Dallas' defense, not so great. They rank dead last in pass defense DVOA. And it's the same story with EPA. So the Packers ranked 8th, Cowboys 31st. So this is a massive mismatch on paper. And so Cowboys also play zone at the 2nd highest rate in the league. And specifically, they play cover 3 on about 43% of their snaps. And that is exactly what Jordan Love eats up. So dating back to last year, against zone, he's completing 69% of his passes at a 9.1 yards per attempt. Against cover 3 specifically, it jumps all the way up to 10.6 yards per attempt and 15.6% explosive play rate. So Love should be able to generate big chunk plays against this Dallas defense. Now, when it comes to pressure rate, Dallas also ranks 28th in blitz rate, and they're about middle of the pack in pressure rate. So that means Love is going to have time, and when he has time against zone, big plays happen. Now, this game has all the makings for a breakout game for rookie Matthew Golden. So his route share has climbed every single week. 57% in week 1, 68% in week 2, and all the way up to 84% in week 3. And in week 3, he had 4 catches on 4 targets for 52 yards, and he almost housed a 94-yard touchdown. So against a defense that already gives up the 3rd highest explosive play rate in the NFL, Golden could finally have that big game. But now when we look at the run game, Josh Jacobs has struggled in 2025, averaging just 3.1 yards per carry compared to 4.4 last season. However, the offensive line has just not held. But this Dallas run defense is only average, ranking 20th in DVOA and 19th in EPA allowed. So there's room for Jacobs to have a big game here. I like him to get in the box at least once. So let's transition to the other side of the ball. This Packers defense has been incredible. They rank number 1 in pass DVOA, and they allowed only 1.7% of explosive plays, which is absolutely insane. The next closest team is all the way up at 5.1%. Teams simply cannot get the ball down the field against this pass defense. And this Dallas Cowboys offense is actually hurting quite a bit. So CeeDee Lamb is going to be out of this game. Guard Tyler Booker is also going to be out of this game. And honestly, I think Dak Prescott has played pretty well. His receivers and offensive line have just let him down. We've seen multiple drops from CeeDee Lamb, multiple drops from George Pickens. So overall, I do think Dak has played well this year. However, when we look what he has done against cover 2 and cover 3 specifically, dating all the way back to last year, he ranks 13th in EPA per dropback and averaging just 5.3 yards per attempt. And when you pressure Dak without blitzing, it gets worse. He ranks 26th in EPA per dropback dating back to last year, and the Packers are a top 5 pressure rate despite being 29th in blitz rate. That's going to be a problem for Dallas. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, there's one silver lining here for you, and that is Jake Ferguson. I think Dak is going to lean on Jake Ferguson quite a bit. So against cover 2 and cover 3 specifically, Jake Ferguson has actually been the best receiver on his team. He ranks 1st in targets and yards. In addition to that, he actually ranks 1st with 2.5 yards per route run. So without Lamb, I just think Jake Ferguson is going to be Dak's most reliable target, especially in that short to intermediate part of the field. So I think schematically the Packers match up to this Dallas team really, really well. Offensively for the Packers, it should be a pretty big mismatch on paper, and I expect it to play out that way on the field as well. In addition to the defensive side of the ball, I just think this team is going to struggle to be able to keep pace with this Packers offense, especially knowing that Micah Parsons is going to be on the other side of that ball. Micah Parsons is coming for revenge. Micah Parsons is coming to sack Dak Prescott, and I'm excited to see that play out. All right, so let's go to this week's X Factors. Offensively, my X Factor is Jordan Love. As tempting as it was to click on Matthew Golden here, this is all about Love. Dallas is the worst pass defense in football. Love thrives against the zone. We've seen Russell Wilson and Caleb Williams already have blow-up spots against Dallas this year. Love should be next. Now defensively, it's Micah Parsons. This is an easy one. It's a revenge game, and he's going to want to make a statement against his former team. The Cowboys' offensive line is already banged up. They're giving up pressure, and that's the worst possible recipe against Micah Parsons in this Packers front seven. So I expect Micah Parsons to be juiced up for this game. I expect 1 or 2 sacks with multiple pressures on Dak this weekend. This game lines up perfectly for a big bounce back spot for the Green Bay Packers. A defense that can't stop explosive plays, a quarterback who thrives against the zone, and a rookie receiver ready to pop. I see Jordan Love bouncing back in a big way and putting himself right back into that MVP mix. So that's going to do it for this week's breakdown, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more Packers content. I appreciate you guys watching. Until the next one, go Pack Go.